Welcome to episode 57 of My Views Extended. I'm your host, Nadia, and thank you so much for joining me this week. You can listen to My Views Extended at nadiadanella.com or on YouTube, where closed captioning is available. My YouTube channel name is Nadia Danella, Nadiadonella. Your views, shares, and likes are very much appreciated. Sign up on YouTube is free and takes minutes to subscribe, and click that notification button so you know when I upload a new video of the podcast there. And of course, to listen to My Views Extended, you can again go to nadiadanella.com, where it is free to listen to. I'm also on iTunes, and you can subscribe there and leave a rating and a comment if you like as well. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact me at myviewsextended@gmail.com, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And as always, I will leave links to all social media sites in the show notes and description area. Snowfall in parts of BC's Lower Mainland and the South Coast have caused school closures, transit delays in many cities and towns to shut down, or at the very least slow down. Now, I know I'm new here to BC, and I shouldn't get on their case or make fun of them because they're not used to snow, but I, like most of the rest of the country and most of the province, do this every year. I'm from Southern Ontario, and snow days and ice days were very, very rare. I realize that not the most fun, but we just deal with it. It comes every year. You deal with it. Out here in select areas, I know that they do not have the correct snow removal equipment to clear roads. Fine, if you don't have the snow plows, they do make do with detachable blades on a truck. But for those business owners, building managers and owners, the transit, who are responsible for making sure that bus stops are clear and walkways are clear, whether you're using the buses or to get to the SkyTrain stations, it's your responsibility to make sure that these areas are clear for pedestrians. There are these inventions called snow shovels, and there are options such as salt. I know not the best for the environment. There are de-icers, and there is sand to use after you have shoveled to help keep ice from forming, or for any snow, it'll help keep it down for snow that may continue to fall. We did have snow falling for a good 3 days, at least in my area. When I absolutely have to venture out, I am slipping and I'm sliding because sidewalks are not clear or they're straight up ice rinks. Sometimes I have to risk walking on the road because the sidewalks are too dangerous to walk on. Imagine me or anyone else walking as fast as I can to get back onto a clear patch of sidewalk, onto a clear patch of walkway, praying that a car doesn't slide from the icy lane and hit me. The driving out here is another story. I've seen so much sliding and skidding, it is scary. They don't slow down. Their tires are bald. My trucks are not safe and they're not fun. I like to venture out in the snow, but if I can't get from point A to B safely, I'm not doing it. Businesses and homeowners, you may only have to dust off your snow shovel every few years, but at least have them waiting for when you need them. Because trust me, if I fall and hurt myself, God willing that doesn't happen, I will make you sell your business to pay for my care if your insurance does not cover it. I'm incorporating more turmeric into my diet by way of pills or capsules, 2 to 3 capsules a day, which my thrifty self just put together because why would I pay for that when I can just buy a bag of gel caps and a bag of turmeric for a few dollars? Yes, it does take time, but to me it's worth it. Just a few gel capsules, turmeric powder, and some rubber gloves because stained nails are not that cute. I'm still incorporating turmeric into my foods that I cook, but it just turmeric doesn't fit the flavor profile of every dish that I prepare, so I wanted to be able to get turmeric into my diet every single day. I know that some people drink turmeric in water and milk or make a tea out of it, but not that it tastes bad. This flavor is very subtle, but it is there, and I just don't want to drink a cup of milk or tea of turmeric. And there's also the big factor of I don't want it to stain my teeth because it will stain your teeth, because it wreaks havoc on my nails when I'm not careful to get it on my nails or my hands. The reason I'm taking it, if you don't know, I have fibromyalgia and osteoarthritis, and I've had both for years, diagnosed with osteoarthritis when I was only 24. So that's super, super young. So anything that will help or may help with my inflammation and joint issues, I'm willing to give it a good try. I'm not a doctor or a scientist, nor am I claiming that turmeric will help or cure any ailment or disease that you have. Of course, check with your healthcare provider to make sure that you can take turmeric, because it may interact with certain diseases, ailments, or other supplements or medications that you're on. A few ailments that turmeric may help you with are, of course, arthritis, heartburn, joint pain, high cholesterol, and diabetes, with regulating your blood sugars. That's just a few things that it may help with. So I'll leave a link so you can learn more about the benefits of turmeric, and hopefully in 6 months or so, I'll be able to come back and share what has improved since I added daily turmeric capsules to my diet instead of just occasionally with some food that I eat, which I know I'm not using enough of when I do use it in a dish to have a significant effect, at least from what I've read. Who knows, but I'm trying. There was a study led by Dr. Mira Shefrin, excuse me if I mispronounced your name, published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Research and Therapy, and it shows that 3/4 of people aged 65 and over in the US would take a test telling them that they were going to develop Alzheimer's disease if such a test existed. The study was a cross-sectional study from 2012 with adults aged 65 and older. 75% of the participants aged 65 would take a free and definitive test predictive of Alzheimer's disease. One of the reasons being intent to increase activities of advanced care planning with this knowledge. And that is a huge one. I would want to know for sure. Is this great news? Of course not, but being able to plan for my future finances, healthcare, housing, when I would get sick would be a great relief. And also being able to talk with friends and family and have them be a part of that planning and care if they are willing. And if not, obviously it's good to know if they're not willing to be a part of that care or planning to find somebody who is. Would you want to know if Alzheimer's or any disease, whether it's a debilitating disease or a disease that is fatal, would you want to know that it's coming so you can plan, or do you just whatever happens and you deal with it at the time? I'd like to know what you think about that. So drop that in the comment section, and I will leave the links to that article and the study in the description area. Quote or saying of the week: the greater the artist, the greater the doubt. Perfect confidence is granted to the less talented as a consolation prize. Robert Hughes. In that case, I must be an amazing artist. Seriously though, I doubt what I do a lot of the time. I wouldn't say on a daily basis, but more than I care to admit sometimes. But I keep going because I see something good in what I'm doing. And that could be something such as sharing a story or an experience and somebody hearing or reading it and saying, okay, that's good. I'm not the only one, or I'm not weird, or I'm not odd. I'm not the only one who has had that experience or done that thing. Or when it comes to my cooking videos, something even helping somebody who is struggling with, the basics of cooking, or they are bored with the ideas in the kitchen and they want to try something new. Or, am I doing a DIY and helping someone save money instead of purchasing it, being able to save some money and do it themselves. They're not huge things, but they're simple things, and sometimes the simple things are the most beneficial to other people other than yourself. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't want to be 75 years old or 85 years old or 95 years old if I'm lucky enough to live that long in good health, and wishing that I tried instead of just trying. There are a lot of things in life that we are going to fail at, but you'll never know if you would have been successful if you don't try. So I do that. I just keep trying. The greater the artist, the greater the doubt. Perfect confidence is granted to the less talented as a consolation prize. what I'm grateful for this past week. I'm grateful for small miracles or big miracles. I don't really know yet. I can't say that much about what the small miracle was. And I know, why bother saying it if you can't reveal it? It annoys me when other people do that too. But I had an unexpected bit of help that I know will come in handy in the future. I think I would like to say that it's a little supernatural, because I've not discussed what was going on with anyone and why this small miracle was a godsend for me. I'm grateful for it, and I'm forever thankful for it. I actually think that it will be the basis for the start of some new writing. And as I'm saying this, I think that maybe it happened because I need to focus as much as time will permit on my first love of the written word. I've been slacking when it comes to my writing, not because I've lost interest or have lost the love or the care of writing. That's what I want to do full time. And if I had a choice, let's say that if I had a choice, that is writing is what I'd want to do full time and be able to make a good living at it for the rest of my life. That's not something that I can ever see myself retiring from, like you would retire from other things that I'm doing. Yeah, like I said, I haven't lost interest, but the digital world, my digital entrepreneurship is taking up most of my time these days, but I will work on that. Even if it's just an hour a day of writing, it's better than nothing. And actually, speaking of an hour or a day, I'm supposed to be spending an hour each morning building my website for other stuff. That is what I went back to school for, after all, for web development. And I have yet to do that. I made that plan almost 3 weeks ago now, to something to start to do in the new year after I got settled into January, and it's now February. I have yet to do it. And so yeah, 1 hour, 6 days a week before I start my day's work. So I think I might have to be able to fit in what I want, 1 day of website building, 1 day of writing. So 3 and 3, since I work 6 days a week, 3 days website building, 3 days writing. And then after that hour, the rest of the day is for everything else: podcast, blog, videos. That maybe I think that's probably what I'm going to have to do. I will let you know next week how it went, if I was able to keep up to the promise to myself. And I'm saying this out loud in a public forum, so it will help keep me accountable. If you have any suggestions about that and balance, what do you do? Do you have your main gig, your main job, and if you want to fit in other things, do you just get up earlier in the morning? Do you stay up later in the evening? Do you fit it in at your lunchtime? How do you fit in other pursuits along with your main gig? Or if you not even have a main gig, you just have several things going on, how do you fit in? How are you able to do several things and give everything at least some time, if not all of your time? Thank you for tuning in to episode 57 of My Views Extended. I would love to hear feedback and comments of what you think of this podcast and the topics that I've discussed this week. Please feel free to drop your questions or opinions respectfully in the comment section. You can listen to My Views Extended at nadiadanelle.com and on YouTube, where you can subscribe, like, rate, and or leave a comment, and where closed captioning is available. You can also listen to My Views Extended on iTunes. I will leave links in the show notes, and as more listening platforms are added or changed, I will let you know. Till next time, this is Nadia.